Okay, let's walk through a project in Xofu. First thing we see is this visibility score. We're comparing the subject brand, which is Toyota in this case, to top 4 brands that are overlapping in the space. We can see how the scores vary from one brand to another and get that high-level view in this first screen. We also see a number of scorecards here, so I can see what the share of voice percentage is for the subject brand and how that's changed from the last period, which in our case is week over week. And I also can see how the number of citations has changed over that period of time and the number of competitors in my project. Here I can see mentions for our particular brand, looking at how that's changed over time, and this is through a number of AI tools that we'll mention in a moment. And I can add competitors here as well, so I can look for industry trends or isolate to a particular news cycle that may include my brand or one of the competitor brands in this space. All a way to get more detail and insights into how my brand is performing in AI tools relative to the competition. And then I can also look at specific topics and see how those are changing one week to the next. Once I've satisfied my curiosity at the overview level, I can dig in a little bit deeper to trending. And so now I'm looking at my subject brand as that's changed over time, week over week, to look for longer term trends. I can also add the competitors in here to get a sense for how they're changing as well. Then I can look at my visibility score and see how I compare also to those top competitors in terms of the visibility that I'm receiving relative to all visibility for the space and the number of citations that goes along with and is one of the primary factors in calculating the score. I can also look at my separate from the visibility score, I can look at my share of voice score and see that over time relative to the competition as well. All these can be exported, by the way, as a PNG so that I can drop them into a larger presentation. And here's my share of voice rank. Can look at average position as well, add competitors to that. So I get a sense for where we're ranking also from that perspective. And then how we stack up against that as well in terms of that average position rank. Platforms that are included in this would be ChatGPT, including the search, without the search, Google AI Overview, AI Mode, and Gemini all separately. So we're tracking this across multiple AI tools with more coming online. Now I also can look at specific topics here, and I can filter the view down to a particular topic, especially if I see that there's a spike or a trend that's increasing or declining, and I want to get a sense for what's happening there. I can look specific to just one of these or all of them as well. And then I can also dig a little bit deeper into my citations. So what's happening with citations or mentions of my particular brand? Where are those showing up? And how does that look relative to the competition as well? So that's a short overview of Xofu. These can be broken out into separate projects. I can isolate specific topics into its own project or expand that domain wide to get a better sense for individual sections of my site, specific offerings or products, for example, that I'm offering, and I want to home in on where that visibility is coming from or where it's changing. That is Xofu.